right here. Welcome back, everyone. One of the longest running Juneteenth celebrations in the country is finally underway here in the Queen City. Papa Ndiaye, founder and president of the Juneteenth Festival of the Carolinas, and Makerou Bradley, festival historian, both joining us. And gentlemen, thanks for being here this morning. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
The festival already kicked off, even though there's much more to come today through the weekend. But last night, you started with a kids camp yesterday. And how important was that? How did that go with the kids yesterday?
It went very, very well, Jay. It went very, very well. We have almost 300 children.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we have them all day from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. yesterday, teaching them about their history, drumming, dancing, acting, crafts, all kind of stuff. It went very well.
I love seeing the faces on these kids. And, you know, for many of them, they may know a lot of their African-American history, and for some, they don't. And Makerou, you know, history, I know, is certainly more of your thing, and this is so important for these younger generations to understand where their ancestors came from and really the importance of this holiday and really what freedom means. Why is that so important for young kids?
Well, we always say that you can't know where you're going unless you know where you've been. So the history is important because it represents, first of all, 246-year struggle against chattel slavery. You know, that culminated in decisions, you know, by the president, Abraham Lincoln, and others. And the result was, you know, the Africans were released from chattel slavery.
And now that celebration is, you know, Juneteenth every year. Now it's become a national celebration. And, you know, when we talk, you hear between Juneteenth and the 4th of July, you hear the word freedom thrown around a lot. And it means a lot to so many different people.
Yes.
What does it mean during the Juneteenth celebration, the word freedom?
Well, I think we have to look at freedom from the context that our ancestors look at it. And they were very clear in terms of how they defined it. For them, freedom always was connected to land because they had been working land, making profits for others, and they understood the value of land. And so when they had a chance to meet with people like General Sherman and Secretary Stanton, they made the claim for land. And that's the result of how you got to 40 acres and a mule. As a result, you know, Sherman issued his Field Orders 15 that gave the Africans along the coast of South Carolina and Georgia 400,000 acres, divided into plots of 40, and they began to build their own communities. So it was a great experiment and an example of what America could have been had the tide not turned after the Civil War.
It's really interesting, and it is important that we still talk about it with all kids and generations and ages. You decided to bring this festival, Pop, years ago to the Charlotte area. Why did you find that it was so important to bring it here to our community?
I been almost all over America, and Juneteenth was celebrated, especially in New York. And when I got here in 1996, it was no Juneteenth. People don't even know what Juneteenth was. That's when I started to do Juneteenth, but using it also as a tool to educate about the rich culture of Africa and the powerful heritage.
And I know you've seen the festival grow over the years. Every year we talk about it, and there's new events, the performances, and all the art and the speaking that comes along with it. What are some of those events and performances that you've been able to really capture the history of what Juneteenth means? What are some of those things that are happening this weekend?
This weekend we will have, for example, today is the opening drum circle, because we believe in African culture that drumming is symbol of communication. And in life, you have to communicate in order to put things straight. That's why we open every year with the drum circle. Tomorrow, we will have a unity march that will leave from Skylar Credit Union to House of Africa, where the festival started 26 years ago. And from there, we will have also this year a tribute luncheon for our long-time standing chairperson, Judge Shirley Fulton, right there on site. And from there, from drumming, vendors that will come across the country and Africa and beyond. What else we having?
Well, we have poetry, we have
Poetry.
speeches, that we have some of the best food you could possibly taste.
I've been looking at the list. Yes, yes, you do. And it's a great embracing of the past and the history with modern culture now, and it's so important for our community to come together
Very
for this, to embrace the rich African culture that you're talking about. And have you found that kids, as you're teaching them and as they're learning some of this history and some of their about what their ancestors went through, do you find that some of the younger kids go, I had no idea? It means something more to me now than just reading out of a book.
Yes, we hear that all the time, and particularly now with a lot of resistance to teaching history. And it's important because we have to understand, in order to move forward, you have to understand what has happened in this country. How did we arrive here, first of all, in 1619? What happened in the 246 years leading to Juneteenth, June 19th, 1865, and then the first Juneteenth celebration, June 19th, 1866, passage of the 13th Amendment, 14th Amendment, 15th Amendment, and then the overthrow of Reconstruction. And so, when you're teaching them these things, and it gives them a better understanding, but actually, when I'm teaching them, I go back further because I don't want them to understand that we just started here, right? We go back to Nile Valley civilizations, the building of pyramids in ancient Kemet or ancient Egypt, the empires of the Western Sudan, where Pap, hails from. All of those types of things, we broaden their horizons to let them know what African people have done, to give them a vision of what we can do.
Yeah, and it helps you understand who you are, and it makes you more proud of your family and your heritage. And so, thank you both for coming on. Ted says the weather's going to be perfect this weekend for the outdoor, indoor celebrations, everything going on in the Plaza Midwood area. And so we've got more information on our website at queencitynews.com if you want to be a part of the Juneteenth in the Carolinas celebration. And we look forward to talking more about this. Gentlemen, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much, Joseph, for having us.
I appreciate it. All right, Ted.